What is up, guys? Wraith here, Grey Bearded Gaming Society. We're at it again. Just got back to Necro's Forest right here. We swung through the Plane of Knowledge to kind of round out some of our spell sets. So we're sneaking up. We're level 11, working towards level 12. Got our 12 spells, picked up some of the spells shortly thereafter, so we're not having to go too far back and forth to get the spells. On our way through, as you can see, a very nice druid was nice enough to load us up with some buffs that we are going to try to make the best of as much as we can. We are going to try to fly over here to this orc camp that we'd found. We worked on it here and there, picking off some of the strays. We're going to see with this stack of buffs if we can really make our presence known on this guy here and start pushing through for some more experience. So we are going to head over that way. We are going to pick some fights. We're going to keep pushing towards 12, and hopefully here in the next little bit we'll be doing a video about how we're scribing some spells. But until then, let's get over here and start some trouble, shall we? Alright guys, as you can see, we are still here at the orcs. We're getting very close to our level. The action has anything but slowed down. Of course, we were able to break the camp the first time with a little bit of help from the very nice druid buffs that we got while running through the Plane of Knowledge. Now we've managed to break it back up a time or two since then. Not very efficiently, I will say. Unfortunately, we did get run off the camp. Did not die, but we did get run off the camp for a few minutes there when, actually, let me give that guy that thing right here. We kind of fell behind on the mana pool for just a little bit there. We got a couple of spawns kind of back to back, kind of put us in a bad spot. I mean, generally, one thing that I have also kind of discovered while I'm sitting here and kind of, working on that, and it's probably going to be true for everything. It's definitely been true for this little camp right here, is kind of a trade-off between speed and efficiency, combination of the two, because I can pile on lots of dots and really kill something, but it really puts a crush on the mana pool at this level. And again, we're not twinked. You guys have seen everything that I'm wearing here is stuff basically that has just dropped. Most of it has no stats at all. We got the one shield that was given to us, which is very nice item, which actually is surprisingly helping us quite a long ways with the additional mana that's got on there. But like I said, by and large, we are running on a pretty slim mana pool. So a couple of fizzles or a couple of resists kind of really sting. But so one of the things that I've kind of been working through at the same time is I can pull something with a snare, hit something with the dot, and some of them that's enough. Put the pet loose on them. Let's see if this guy's a good example. Then we get a fizzle, right? Double fizzles, we're going to be in trouble now because that's going to set us behind. And a resist to boot. So all that talking. So let's just switch over to Heat Blood here. Heat Blood is a very expensive dot at this size, but it does a lot of damage per tick. And that's where trying to get some math going is going to really hurt my mana pool there. So probably put myself in a bad spot with double fizzles and a resist. And that's actually what cost us to having to run off the camp earlier. But as you can see, Heat Blood right now does quite a hefty chunk of damage. It's 29 damage a tick, which is pretty strong. And it lasts for a good 36 seconds. So you're getting about 6 ticks out of it. And again, this size, that's just strong damage. Our other option, we've been doing some engulfing darkness action for a little bit of a snare, throwing over the poison bolt, throwing the pet over the top. Of course, throwing the pet to everything regardless. Of course, this guy's gonna come straight at me instead of paying attention to the pet, just making a jerk out of himself here. But using this combination, 60 mana here, 18 mana here, so 78 mana. But as you see, the ticks are much lower. It's only 21 damage. He is snared. Neither one of these are going to last way longer. You get about a minute on the snare, but again, it's not crazy damage. This guy here, you got about 24 seconds. So you're actually less ticks than heat blood. Of course, nowhere near the kind of damage, but the mana efficiency is a little bit better. So on some of these guys where we can kind of take our time, the smaller ones where the pet can kind of handle the business, we can kind of go that route, save a little bit of mana, and have a slightly longer fight. When I was trying to break into it a couple times, of course, it was let's save up everything we have, pile heat blood on a few things so they die really quickly, so we could try to get things on the deck and try to break into the camp, which it's been kind of a risky proposition on occasion to get 2 or 3 mobs on me at a time. Again, it kind of stings because again we're not twinked up here, we're not power leveled. So I think a few more kills, we're gonna have this. Again, hopefully we don't have to completely back off again. We'll see if we can keep it broken, but we will be back right about the time that we ding, and we can take a look at the new spells, new plans, and that fizzle is gonna kill us. I think we're gonna have an ad off to the side. Yep. So actually, instead of turning off, we'll keep it turned on. We'll see how we do. I'm not sure this is gonna go good for us. We're gonna run up here and try to stab to help out the pet. Hopefully he doesn't get himself killed either. I don't think just these 2 will be enough to ding us. And we're not going to have enough mana to really cast into the spells. We're going to have to go face tank this guy from here. One thing I did accidentally do, or should have fixed that before I started the fight, was I knocked my life tap off the bar, which we've kind of leveled away from anyway. To be kind of honest with you, at level 12 we get a new one. Then we did go through. I've got a bunch of spells in the bags here ready to roll, and then I backfilled some of the spells. You can see my little pet has a little buff here now, Focus Death. I kind of backfilled that spell. It's one that we'd kind of missed before, so we do have that. Like I said, we're going to have to rest up here a little bit. Like I said, that couple fizzles and a resist, will really set you back, especially when you're talking about a camp kind of this size. So we're going to rest back up. We'll pop back in, hopefully with some action right about the time we're dinging. Go over some new spells and go over the plans. We'll be back here in a few minutes, guys. Alright, guys, here we go again. The pull that we think might level us, and of course I get most of the camp. So we are going to try to weasel it out here. I'm going to pile on as many dots as I can, as many different directions as I can. Hope that our heat blood takes care of the work here. It's been our heavy lifter, to be sure, since we picked it up. It just does so much damage per tick. And let's start face tanking this guy here, get some stabby action. Our pet's going to hold on to the guy on the backside there just a little bit. Let's jump on this guy. See what we can do, throw some more damage. There is the ding, mid-fight, 1 left to go. Level 12 is now ours. Let's sneak away here just for a little bit here. We're beat up, the pet's beat up. We're all out of mana. Alright, but here finally, again, level 12, here we go, right? So now we should have pretty much everything in our arsenal. Here's our new pet, which will make us safer to hit the road with. It'll be a little bit tougher than this guy here. It's taking pretty good amount of beating. We should also be picking up Bind Affinity, which will make some of our traveling a bit safer when we try to do something braving on our own, and our new life draw spell, which of course should be far more useful because the previous versions were just really not hitting on much. We'll put it that way. They were not hitting on much at all. So kind of now, right, it's time to step out a little bit, even further than we've gone with Befallen. We've got a handful of kind of places in mind. Some super classic level 12 range guys. Going to make sure we hit up some Oasis of Mar for a little bit. We know that should be a super busy camp, especially for just us. We should have kind of our pick of what we want to fight out there. We've got Misty Story Swapper, the famous single pulling bard, plus one small guard over in the Karanas. We might give her a try, see how that goes. That's a really old school camp. Definitely going to kind of peek by the Nybright sisters and Lesser Feydark. With those guys, for anybody, again, who played for a long time ago, that camp was really well known because they had the potential to drop bronze. Once you got the camp split, you're dealing with one of them at a time. Pretty good amount of bronze. It means you could generate some revenue and things would be going good along those ways. Maybe we'll jump into some unrest, check some trash at the door. But at the same time, guys, and again, I know it's a small crowd. We're not exactly some huge channel here, but, if something comes to mind, if you can think of a spot that you want to see us try, doesn't necessarily have to be at the immediate 12 level range. You can think of something, obviously not scaling too far out too fast, that you want to see us give a try at, either valiantly conquer or valiantly commit suicide to. Hit it up in the comments. Let me know. We'll try to get out there. We'll try to see what we can do. Like I said, we have picked up level 12. We're finally here. We should have every tool we need in the toolbox to travel around. I think that's going to be a great spot to call it for tonight. Next time, like I said, we'll try to hit up a couple of these other spots. We'll kind of go over my idea of the spells that we're going to keep on the bar. And we'll go get into some Trouble Necro style. I hope to see you guys there. Hope you had a good time. Like I said, drop some ideas in the comments below if there's some other places you want us to try that haven't already listed. Even if you want us to go back to Befallen or maybe you got to beat up Crushbone, we'll see. I'm up for suggestions. Just kind of let me know. But until next time, I hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you guys then.